Okay, so let's talk about one of my most anticipated films that I've been tracking since it had its premiere at some festivals last year, and that is Les Chambres Rouges, otherwise known in English as Red Rooms. This is a film that I just heard about it, heard the premise, saw a little bit of the clips that they had, and I was just like, this is going to be one of those movies that I definitely want to watch. So before we get any further into anything, make sure you are subscribed to our channel. We're trying to reach 30,000 subscribers. We're so close to that. Some announcements coming pretty soon as well to the future of our channel and what's going on. Very exciting. And also make sure you are hitting that notification bell so you know when these videos drop, because YouTube likes to be funny about things. But let's get into Red Rooms. So Red Rooms is directed by Pascal Plante, and it stars Juliette Gariépy, and also you have Laurie Babin, Elizabeth Locus, Maxwell McCabe-Locus. So the synopsis for it reads, Kelly Ann, a woman who is fascinated with the criminal trial of serial killer Ludovic Chevalier, played by Maxwell McCabe-Locos, and is driven into the dark web world of cybercrime as she becomes obsessed with trying to find the missing video of the death of a 13-year-old girl, which would definitely prove Ludovic's guilt or innocence. So this was one of those movies, like I said, the plot, the look of the film and everything, it just got me intrigued to watch it. And I will tell you, this is one of those films that is going to get under your skin quick, because it is very much so a cold film with its feeling. The cinematography is very reminiscent of what you would think a Fincher movie is, I feel. And the film isn't scared to go to very dark and unsettling places. And the film, for some of these scenes, is very brightly lit, but the context and the descriptions of what's going on make it that disturbing, honestly. And I really do enjoy when a film doesn't rely on these dark scenes or trying to jump scare you or things like that. It just slowly seeps into you, this very unsettling movie. And, you know, the premise and everything already tells you that this is a dark film. But basically, you have this serial killer who did these horrible acts to these young girls and would film them, upload them, and people would buy them and all of that, hence the name of the film. And you have this character of Kelly Ann who is sort of enchanted by all of this in a way, and sort of becomes like a weird type of spectator in this. And I think that the director themselves talked about how they were fascinated by how people come into true crime and sort of get weirdly obsessed with it, so much to at the point that we see also one of the characters in this movie that is a groupie that Kelly Ann does sort of have a bond as they go to these trials. And these trials are so like striking, because in one side of the courtroom you have the families who their daughter has been killed, and on the other side you have these people who sort of have this sympathy or obsessed with this person or feel they didn't do it at all. And it's just a very interesting contrast between the two. And Pascal has talked about how they wanted to do an anti-serial killer movie where he says in traditional films like this with crime and all of that, you just have the police or the lawyer or the killer themselves, their perspective. But he wanted to do one where the only perspectives are the people that are witnessing all of this, that are there in the courtroom, sitting behind everything that's going on. And you hear as the trial lawyer and everything talk about the crimes, talk about what exactly happened in these tapes that we haven't seen, but we do get glimpses of it through audio cues and just the reaction of people who are watching it. And it's just as disturbing as actually seeing these videos, I feel, because you see how these people feel about what they're watching. And I think what makes it much more disturbing when you really think about it is that the people that are watching this are the family of the victims. You know, they're used to seeing their family member there happy in moments and all of this, and now they have to watch how their family member was brutally murdered by the psychopath. And then the other thing is that the people who want to watch these videos as well just have this morbid curiosity to see what exactly happened in all of this, because there's this fascination and obsession with crime and violence, I feel, as a society. And you see it in these people who are there as sort of the groupies of this murderer here. And I think that the film really does a great job at not overtly saying what's right, what's wrong. It's just showcasing to you, this is what's going on, and you make that decision yourself as to how much of this is very distasteful and how much of it is just plain wrong what these people who are obsessed with this murder are doing, and places you in that situation. I think that the film also has some of the most disturbing scenes, and they are just scenes with little to no dialogue and just the sheer actions that are occurring as we're watching everything unfold. And the music is just haunting. My goodness, it really creeps up on you. Like I said, this is a film that's going to get under your skin for sure. And I really did think that the actress who plays Kelly Ann does a great job at playing this character that is so morally conflicted from beginning to end. And you see as they're trying to balance on what's right, what's wrong, what should they do next, and you see them become more and more obsessed and lose themselves. Reality starts to blur for them. They don't know if they're seeing stuff and all of this. And it is such a descent into sort of this madness and depression that they're having. I wasn't sure entirely what I was getting with the film, especially because there wasn't much to see before. You just got a little synopsis and stuff. So I was curious to see if it was going to deal more with trying to figure out all of these things with the murderer and the victims and the whole thing where they're uploading the videos and stuff like that. But I think the turn where the film went and just showcased the whole thing about how society views these things differently and what each person in this courtroom is representing or wanting from it, and just the different aspects of it made it much more of an interesting film than I was expecting, and really ended up enjoying what I saw. It is bleak, it is dark, it is very much so a mirror into our society and seeing how we are affected by these crimes that are so publicized on the news sometimes. And you see it on social media, you see the different reactions. Some people who are so obsessed with crime and just want to keep talking and talking about it. And sometimes you wonder, how does the family feel if they have to be scrolling and seeing these things, just as the family in this film feel to see all of these people who are obsessed with this murderer and these crimes and the whole aspect of it, and these people are just trying to grieve and understand what exactly happened. And it just makes you feel this very weird feeling inside of you of just how morbid society can get when it comes to things like this. Overall, I think Red Rooms has some amazing performances, the direction here from the director as well. The cinematography is very cold and dark and bleak, and I think the soundtrack and the score to this are just incredible because they are so unsettling and so disorienting that they really add another layer to the film in itself. I definitely think Red Rooms is worth a check out if you want a good psychological crime thriller, and one that really dabbles a bit into the horror of what our society can become when it comes to cases like this. And just a great film for sure. Really hoping that this gets its wide distribution and seeing how people are going to talk about it, because I want to talk more spoilers and things in it, but I definitely don't want to spoil anything just yet because I want more people to see it. So definitely check it out once you can. Utopia will be releasing this wide. Let me know what you think about the film once you watch it and if you're excited for it or not. And as always, that's going to do it for me. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Check out our other videos we've done on Late Night with the Devil, Immaculate. We also have the Godzilla and Kong review coming out tomorrow, one of those films that I definitely want to talk a lot about. And as always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.